Good afternoon and welcome to News 6 Extra. I'm News 6 anchor Lisa Bell. Thank you so much for joining us on this Independence Day. We have a lot to get to, including a lot that's happening in Washington, D.C. today. But first, of course, all eyes are on that 4th of July forecast with so many celebrations planned for not just tonight, but also this weekend. So joining us now, meteorologist Michelle Morgan, who is standing by with the latest on what could be an iffy forecast for us.
Yeah, that's right. I'm already tracking isolated showers and storms across Central Florida, Lisa, but it's not as widespread. I actually saw so many people out on the beach having a good time, and it looks so fun out there. So, what are your plans for today?
Well, I'm hoping to have a barbecue when I get off work at
Okay.
around 6 o'clock tonight, which I know is always, up in the air a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit. And, my forecast is calling for the most rain around that time range.
Okay. So
So,
maybe
just
we'll have
letting you
to
know.
do something indoors. Maybe
Yeah.
we were gonna make chicken, so maybe we'll put it in the oven.
You know what? You can't go wrong with a little chicken. So
There you
I
go.
think you're good there. So
Yeah.
yeah, if you are planning any barbecues or anything like that outdoors, at least between 4 and 8, that's when the widespread heavy rain will be occurring across Central Florida. So let's go ahead and get right into the forecast. I do want to show you what's happening along our beach communities or in our beach communities. You could see people are out and about having a good time. This is a live look outside in Daytona Beach. It looks gorgeous. The water looks inviting. The winds are nice and light and temperatures are comfortable in the middle 80s. Humidity, though, has gone down some to 70%. Still looking pretty nice out there. And for the rest of Central Florida, we are pretty dry. Now, as we take a look at the setup, zooming things out so you can get a good look at the peninsula, tracking showers out to the west, a few isolated showers inland, but look at the plume of moisture over the Atlantic Ocean. That's an area of low pressure that's trying to get its act together. And the National Hurricane Center, they're looking at this area as well. And they are calling for a medium chance that this thing could potentially become either a tropical depression or a subtropical depression. We'll continue to watch it as the day progresses and also as we head into the weekend. Now, popping up or seeing some showers popping up across Brevard and Orange County near Port St. John, heading towards Merritt Island, Titusville seeing some light showers, Rockledge also seeing light showers. And as we head to Lake County, looking at a pretty decent thunderstorm staying south of Claremont. Thankfully, it's continuing to shift south. Temperatures are heating up, 84 degrees in Leesburg, Claremont, 87 in the Villages, 84 in New Smyrna Beach, and 85 in Palm Coast. And good afternoon to you all out in Cocoa Beach. You're at 84 degrees. Now, the rain coverage today between 70 to 80%, but that will be through the afternoon hours lasting into the early evening hours. So here's what you need to know. Low rain chances through the first half of the day. Rain chances going up to 70% around the 4 o'clock hour. It will get heavy in many locations, so keep that in mind. We'll be watching the potential for minor flooding. By 8, scattered heavy showers are possible as well with a few embedded thunderstorms. And around 9, we could see a few of those showers lingering across Central Florida. So many events happening outside. A lot of firework displays will be happening around that time frame. So not only have the rain gear ready to go, be prepared for delayed or canceled outdoor events or fireworks in that matter. Now, as we take a look at the timing of the rain, again, I'm looking at widespread rain between 4 heading into the 8 o'clock hour, and then after that, rain chances slowly diminishing as we go through the overnight. Now, as we take a look at your forecast highs, 87 degrees in Orlando, Kissimmee, 89 in DeLand, Daytona Beach, high of 86, 89 in the Villages, and we go into the 90s in Leesburg, Wildwood, and Ocala. Now, if this forecast holds true in Orlando with a high of 87, it'll be the coolest 4th of July in 15 years. So that's pretty cool to know. Clouds and rain forecast showing those showers and storms popping up around the 6, 7, even 8 o'clock hour later on tonight, becoming light in nature and then drying out as we head into your Saturday morning. So again, just be prepared for the wet weather and the excessive rainfall outlook. We are under a marginal risk for all of Central Florida, meaning 1 to 3 inches of rain fall is possible in many locations, and that could lead to localized flooding in those low-lying and poorly drained areas, and locally higher amounts are possible as well. Some spots could pick up to 4 inches of rainfall. Now turning to your attention to what's happening in the tropics, we are looking at that area of low pressure. You can see the National Hurricane Center has highlighted the Atlantic side and near the Georgia and South Carolina coastline for potential tropical or subtropical development. We could see a depression either today or tomorrow. They have placed a 60% chance for that development as we go through the next 2 to 7 days. And of course, with this area, this low pressure system, we are watching very closely. This could potentially be our next named storm. The next name on the list is Chantel, and this will continue to pull in that tropical moisture into central Florida, keeping those rain chances high. So here's what I'm talking about as we take a look at your 7 day. 70% chance for rain today, a high of 87, 70% chance for rain tomorrow with a high of 89. Rain chances knocked down some to 50% on Sunday with a high of 90. And then we stay unsettled as we head into the upcoming work week with daily highs remaining in the lower 90s, Lisa.
Tonight.
Well, my plan is to take a nice long nap.
Yes.
And then after that, we're going to try and fire off some fireworks, of course,
Okay.
weather permitting. But,
Yep.
we're going to stay home and try to stay away from the crowds and stay away from the rain.
No kidding. Good suggestions there for sure, Michelle. Thank you.
You're welcome.
We do know that thousands of people will be heading out and about this afternoon looking for some 4th of July fireworks. News 6's Angie Casada is in downtown Orlando, where the final preps are underway for the annual Fireworks at the Fountain display.
Yeah, the city of Orlando is ready. Matter of fact, I want you to take a look behind me. Look how stunning this American flag looks. So many people have been just enjoying it here at Lake Eola. But the biggest thing is that the city of Orlando is stressing preparedness as fireworks at the fountain take center stage tonight. Red Hot and Boom drew big crowds and big storms. Altamont Springs saw 2 weather delays before fireworks could light up the sky. Still, families stayed put, waiting it out under shelter.
It's Florida, man. It can happen any day.
Yeah, it's the
So
weather.
when you show up to an event, I tell you, just bring everything. Keep your jacket in the car.
And tonight, similar weather patterns could impact fireworks at the fountain. The city of Orlando says they'll decide in real time if they need to issue a delay or even cancel due to lightning or safety concerns. Celebrations run from 4 to 10 p.m. Expect live music, a kids zone, food trucks, and a big fireworks show at 9:10. But if you're driving, plan ahead. Roads around the park are closed, including Eola Drive, Roslyn Avenue, and parts of Central, or take Sunrail for free. If you're hoping to grab a good spot tonight, come early. The Midnight Mayhem Band takes the stage at 8. Of course, this is just one of many shows happening around the area tonight. We have a full list of everything that you need to know over on clickorlando.com. Reporting in downtown Orlando, Angie Casada, News 6.
Angie, thank you. President Trump is expected to celebrate the 4th of July by signing the massive spending bill into law. The so-called Big Beautiful Bill was given final approval by the U.S. House yesterday. CBS's Nicole Skenga has the very latest from the White House.
President Trump spoke with Ukraine's President Vladimir Zelensky Friday morning, hours after Kyiv was hit by a barrage of Russian drones and missiles. In a social media post, Zelensky said the 2 leaders discussed air defenses and agreed to work together to protect Ukraine's skies.
We count on continuation of American support.
Today's phone conversation comes after President Trump said no progress was made during his call Thursday with Russian President Vladimir Putin.
I'm very disappointed. Well, it's not, I'm just saying, I don't think he's looking to stop, and that's too bad.
While he expressed disappointment over the war in Ukraine, when it comes to his domestic agenda, the president is enjoying much more success. He's getting ready to sign the spending and budget package, one he calls the Big Beautiful Bill, here at the White House later today.
The motion is adopted.
President Trump celebrated the bill's passage at an event in Iowa Thursday night.
With this bill, every major promise I made to the people of Iowa in 2024 became a promise kept.
The bill increases spending for border security and the military and extends the 2017 Trump tax cuts, while also making cuts to the safety net programs such as SNAP, the Food Assistance Program, and Medicaid. The bill will also add more than $3 trillion to the deficit over 10 years, according to the nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office. 2 House Republicans voted with all Democrats against the bill. Nicole Skanga, CBS News, the White House.
We're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we have a wonderful update to a story we did earlier this week where a man had his lawn equipment stolen, and some News 6 viewers stepped in to help get results. We'll have that for you coming up right after the break. Welcome back to News 6 Extra. I'm News 6 anchor Lisa Bell, and we know the 4th of July comes with all sorts of celebrations, right? But parties at vacation rentals can often get loud, sometimes even violent. And now Airbnb is turning to some anti-party technology to stop rowdy vacationers. News 6's James Sparvero shows us how it all works.
So it sounds like Airbnb is using AI to tell when someone is booking a rental if they intend on throwing a party. This statement they sent to us reads, "These anti-party defenses use machine learning to help prevent potentially higher risk bookings of entire home listings from being made and help enforce Airbnb's global party ban. Guests attempting to book will either be blocked from doing so or redirected to alternative accommodations on the platform." Last summer, Airbnb says this stopped more than 7,000 bookings in Florida. They want to note, though, they say that parties are extremely rare on Airbnb. They say just 0.08% of all bookings resulted in an allegation of a party. Now, that may be true statewide, but Cocoa Beach says it's not the case here. Just listen to Dave Dickey with the building department at the last commission meeting.
We certainly get a lot of complaints about party houses.
When police respond to those complaints, under a new rule the commission approved, not only do they have to enforce the city's 8-person occupant limit for a rental, but now they also have to count anybody to that total who's been there longer than 15 minutes. Chief Westmoreland said that could be a challenge.
How do we prove that when we go in and go out of a house? Are we going to sit inside of somebody's house for 15 minutes with a body cam on and count to 15 minutes? Are we not?
Since it started banning parties in 2020, Airbnb reports parties in the state are down more than 40%. In Cocoa Beach, Brevard County, I'm your community correspondent, James Sparvero, News 6.
James, thank you. An update now to a story we first brought you earlier this week. You're going to love this. There's been a big turnaround for an Orlando man who has special needs and who had his lawn equipment stolen. Strangers are now stepping up and stepping in to get results. News 6's Alex Cook was there as that man got a riding lawnmower donated by one of our viewers.
Kyle Lukowski thought he'd seen the worst side of people when his livelihood was stolen from him last month. The people in his community weren't going to let that stand, though. People like News 6 viewer Mary Grishaw. Mary's husband died 2 years ago, leaving behind a riding lawnmower with just 50 hours of use on it.
I've been trying to get it to someone who could really use it, and I hadn't come across that person yet. So I'm glad I finally did.
She found that person in Kyle Lukowski after watching his story on News 6. Kyle's trailer filled with lawn care equipment, which he used to support himself and his mom, was stolen from in front of their Orlando apartment. Mary called News 6 right away.
Just as soon as I could pick up the telephone. Well, no, I had to pick up a tablet and look up a number.
Mary's not the only Central Floridian moved to help Kyle. Sean Beck of ATH Trailer Sales in Melbourne gifted him a brand new trailer to store and transport his gear.
You got new paint job, new rims, new tires.
A perfect way to move his new to him riding lawnmower.
Very great to have some lady that I don't know and wants to help all the people out there in the community.
And many others moved to make donations big and small to help Kyle get back to work. He says from now on, his equipment will be in a locked storage unit when he's not using it.
Thank you to News Channel 6 for getting results for me, and to everybody that's donating and helping Kyle, from Sean at ATH in Melbourne to Mary over here. Very great giving people, and we couldn't ask for better people out here. At least there are still good people in the community to make up for the bad ones.
Alex Cook, getting results, News 6.
Told you you'd love that story. That is fantastic. Well, Florida's HIV rate is almost twice the national average. And in fact, only Georgia and the District of Columbia have higher rates than the state of Florida. And making matters worse, in many places, getting treatment is virtually impossible. However, as News 6's Stephanie Rodriguez discovered, there is a push to change that in one Central Florida community.
After years of being on the forefront of HIV research, Orlando Immunology Center is ready to expand its reach. They're going to turn their existing clinic into a nonprofit. Dr. Edwin De Jesus opened OIC to get HIV medication to those who need it.
We already knew they exist, but they were only available to university centers with large research facilities.
OIC has been involved in clinical studies for HIV and hepatitis medications.
And they were very instrumental in saving the life of hundreds, if not thousands of patients that we saw back then.
Now they're launching OIC Inspired, a low to no cost clinic that will offer in-house labs, case management, and an on-site pharmacy, with some care offered regardless of ability to pay.
We're going to expand and reach out to other communities that we were not able to reach out to them before.
The change is coming at a time when HIV research is being scaled back. The Trump administration has cut millions in federal grants to health departments, universities, and nonprofits that do HIV work. But De Jesus is confident his team will continue saving lives while focusing on vulnerable communities with this new clinic.
Be able to have the resources to then go out and reach out to that community and bring all those people into a more sophisticated care. Because the same medical experience with all the expertise medical team will remain here, the same staff, the same location.
In Orlando, Stephanie Rodriguez, News 6.
Stephanie, thank you. And thank you for spending some time with us here on News 6 Extra. I'm News 6 anchor Lisa Bell. You can always get the latest updates anytime at clickorlando.com, and be sure to join us for our next newscast today at 4.